Hi everyone, it's Vicky. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to be looking at the Turnabouts by Concord and Ninth again. This one is the polka dot turnabout. So I'll show you the packaging where it shows how the different rotations will affect the overall image. And I'm going to take that out. I have got all the pieces I need. So you'll have the stamp, you'll also have the guide, which will show you where exactly to lay it out. I'm just going to put that on top of some pink card. It just makes it a little bit easier to see. So I'm just going to take that off the backing. Bear with us because it does take a little while with it being such a full stamp. There's a lot of contact, so it takes a bit to get it off. I'm going to pop that on. It takes a while to get it lined up, so do bear with me. What I'm going to do is I am going to do a couple of these turnabouts. However, I'm just going to show you one card that I've made on this video, and then one of the backgrounds I make will be used on a later video. So I've got that nicely lined up, and then you will need to take a marker and a ruler or a straight edge, any kind of straight edge, as long as it's nice and long enough and straight, and then go over the cross on the guide onto the back of your actual stamp. Don't worry, it's not going to ruin your stamp, it's not going to cause any problems. It's just to make sure that that cross is there for you permanently. If you then lose the guide, you're not doomed forever. Obviously do try and keep the guide with your stamp just in case needs be, but it will help. So I finally taken delivery of my new big Misti, which I am ever so slightly in love with. It's great, and it means I can actually do these bigger turnabouts now, which makes me extra happy. I've also got the Turnabout Jig. So this is a jig to help with the alignment, and I do apologise, it went a little bit fussy. The key with this is to keep it in the bottom corner of your stamping platform. You'll need to line up the cross on your image with the cross that's on the jig. I don't know if you can really see it very well there, but there is a cross on the jig, and you just need to line the cross on your turnabout up with that. There, you can see it a bit better there. Line it up with that and then attach it to your door that way. The guide itself has the details for a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card, portrait or landscape, so you'll just need to adhere that with some temporary adhesive. I'm just using a spray one that I've got. If you've got temporary tapes, anything like that, that'll adhere it down and keep it in place on your turnabout jig, that will do the trick nicely. So the first colour I'm taking is Blue Lagoon. These are Prism inks that I've got. This card is for a boy, so I picked some masculine colours, just a few different ones that'll look nice. So I am inking that up, and I'm going to do my first impression, and then I will give it another quick ink up and then go again, just so I've got a bit of a cleaner line. So that's what it looks like with one dot. As I say, even just the one side of it would probably be quite a nice background. You don't need to do all four. It is totally up to you. All four rotations, I mean by that. Obviously do clean between the different colours, otherwise it could mix it all together, which is what you don't want. Once you've done the first one, you need to turn it 1 1/4 turn, and the jig is very nicely numbered, so you go from 1 in the top corner to 2 in the top corner. You then put your second colour of ink down onto your stamp. It's a little bit harder to make sure you've got it all covered in when it's large, but we'll get there in the end. And you'll see that that's then put that second colour down, all very nicely spaced. Again, it does look really nice just with the two. If you only want to use the two, go for it. I am going to keep going with this. I'm going to clean between each colour, and between each colour I'll do 1 1/4 rotation, so I'll go to position 3 and to position 4, and I will show you the colours that I'm using as I go. I am a little bit in love with these turnabouts, I'm not going to lie. I think it's a great way to get a lovely background and some really nice colour and detail onto these. I have been looking at quite a few. My birthday's in March. They may work their way onto my birthday list, I think, some of them, because they are just really, really nice. So this is the third colour going on. Again, a lovely background that you'd have even if you just use the third one. And trying to do this without a stamping tool or a jig, I think would take a lot more effort. You could do it on a block. If you had the jig, you would need to line up your stamp with the grid every time, kind of from over the top of it. It would be difficult, but you could do it. But a stamping tool like this pretty much is the best way that you're going to manage to do it without possibly resorting to violence against your craft supplies at some point, because I think I probably would, I'm not going to lie. So I'm just doing this final layer of this colour and giving it a nice little press down, and that is the background done. So as I say, this is a boy card, so it's just some nice shades, and then I'm also have done one with just 4 shades of yellow, so all different shades of yellow, and I will make a card with that on a later video. But back to this one, I am going to put this onto a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 top folding note card. I did originally think of having it just go edge to edge, but the edges weren't quite as neat as I would have liked, so I did take my trimmer, and this got cut down to 4 by 5 1/4, so a 1/4 inch off, so I ended up with an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around on my note card. I like to have that 1/8 of an inch, I don't know why, 1/8 of an inch all the way around just seems nice to my eye. Just does. So that's what I go with. So I'm going to use some glue to stick that down. I like using glue when I'm sticking backgrounds down. It just gives me that bit of wiggle room. I do sometimes put some tape as well, but then cover it with glue, so I get the instant stick from the tape, and then the glue gives me that bit of wiggle room before the tape really takes hold. I also knocked my stand there, so I do apologise. I always as well, when I'm doing note cards, most of the time will fold them out to stick the background on, rather than doing it with it closed, because then I don't get distracted if it's not perfectly folded. I'm just going to put my mini Misti on top just for a bit of extra pressure. I've also cut out from black card the letters of the recipient's name using the Lawn Fawn Quinn's ABC. So if you hadn't guessed, this is for John, who is my little cousin. It's his birthday, and I don't have any plain dies or anything, so I couldn't use aeroplanes, which would have probably been my first choice, I'm not going to lie. He's obsessed, and he will openly admit that. So I'm going to use my T ruler, everyone calls it different things, just to get these letters lined up in a straight line, roughly where I want them. I don't need them perfectly positioned from left to right at this point. I need them in a straight line, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some low tack tape, and then I'm going to just run that across the back of my hand a couple of times just to take some of the tack off so that it doesn't stick too tightly to the letters, and then I'm going to place it over the top, and that will hold my letters in that nice straight neat positioning. I can turn it over and then apply the glue to the back of the letters as such. Bear with me while I do it. Sorry, didn't mean to hum down the screen at you. And then what I can then do is bring my card back in. I can pick it up by the tape. I know my letters are all going to be in a nice straight line. I can loosely position them down. I'm just going to bring my T ruler back in just to triple check they are straight, which they are, and then I can press it down again. Now, you can leave the tape there as long as you're certain no glue will have squirted out the edge, because what you don't want is the tape to stick to any of the glue. But then you can just peel those away. Now, the only thing I did want to do with these is to add some glossy accents, so this will just give it a bit of extra oomph, a bit of pizzazz, and it makes it just look extra amazing, I think, personally. I did get this suggestion originally from Jennifer Maguire, one of her videos, and I fell a bit in love with it. I bought more glossy accents because I've been doing it quite a lot. Excuse me. So I'm just going to quickly try and do this. I think I'm getting the hiccups. I do apologise, guys. I'll try not to hiccup down the camera. That's not good. But I am not re-recording. I've got far too far through this now. So I'm going to get this glossy accent applied. And then obviously I'll show you some pictures once it has dried into position. And then that is this card done. I hope you've enjoyed a little bit more about turnabouts. They will be used a lot, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye.